There's still more to come with another Parents Friends. Coming up next on Frank Gary Luna. Coverage you could count on.
Hi, it's Leo with a French tale called The Fairy. Once, there lived a very nice girl who happened to have a mean mother and a meaner older sister. They made her do all the work. One morning, they sent her to fetch water from the spring. There, she met a very old woman who asked if she could please have a drink of water. Yes, of course, said the girl with a smile. Well, it turned out the woman was really a fairy in disguise. She thanked the girl for her kindness and said she would repay her with a gift. When the girl returned home, her mother and sister scolded her for being late. The girl apologized, but then, as she did, a rose, a diamond, and a pearl floated from her lips. When the girl explained what had happened, her jealous sister stomped off to the spring, found the fairy, and spoke rudely to her, making all kinds of demands. Nonetheless, the fairy said she too deserved a gift. But when the older sister returned and boasted of her success, instead of flowers and gems, a strange variety of toads and snakes accompanied her words. The mother and sister blamed the girl for this strange occurrence and kicked her out of the house. She headed off down the road, at first a little sad, but then she imagined a new, happier life, and a smile spread across her face. She whistled a lovely tune, leaving a trail of flowers and gems in her wake. The end.
From KSTW TV 11, the first news of the night. Don Porter, Robin Sewell, weather with Larry Schick, sports with Rod Simon. This is the 10 o'clock news.
A nasty and frightening surprise, a hypodermic needle discovered inside a can of Diet Cola. And tonight, that grim discovery is giving rise to fears of product tampering.
A couple from Fircrest near Tacoma
From KSTW TV 11, the first news of the night. Charles Johnson, Robin Sewell, weather with Dave Torsha, sports with Tony Potts. This is the 10 o'clock news.
We may all rest a little easier tonight after an intense 7-month investigation. An arsonist is behind bars. Good evening again. A 27-year-old Linwood man is in custody tonight, charged with 3 counts of arson. Yet apparently that's just the beginning. Pacific Avenue, Tacoma, 98408. Still to come on the 10 o'clock news, more accusations from new alleged victims. It all spells more and more trouble for Oregon Senator Bob Packwood. And up next, tennis and civil rights lose one of the true greats. Arthur Ashe is dead.
Rest at Office Depot.
Last April, he told the world how he contracted the disease.
It was transmitted through a blood transfusion after one of my cutting the federal payroll.
Administration tonight that FBI Director William Sessions may be on his way out. Today's Los Angeles Times reports several officials are...
You heard anything from them?
No,
This is the UPN 50 News Update with David Scott.
Coming up tonight on the news, a popular Christmas candy could be deadly. We're going to tell you which brand is being recalled and why. Also tonight out at the Palace, consistent Terry Mills keep up his hot streak. How will Alan Houston do in his return to town? The game is coming up next on 50, and then later Leslie's got the forecast.
Well, the snow is gone, but the bitter cold is here to stay at least for a while. I'll have your full forecast after the Pistons.
Live, Harry Hairston, Cynthia Canty, Leslie LeBeau, and Bob Trimble. This is the UPN 50 10 o'clock news.
They were out for a bachelorette party, but they found themselves dumped, stranded, and robbed by their limo driver. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cynthia Canty.
And I'm Harry Hairston. Nearly a dozen women were taken for the ride of their lives last night. Their limo driver dropped them off at a Farmington Hills nightclub, but never returned to pick them up. And as UPN 50 Suzanne Wagler reports, no one has seen the driver since, not even the limo owners.
At ACS Limousine, they boast they have 60 limos to choose from, but tonight they are missing one, along nowhere to be found.
The biggest fear is, are we going to get...
Why are people watching the 10 o'clock news? Because it's the right news at the right time. A full hour earlier at 10 o'clock, you get the entire day's news, the latest facts first. The UPN 50 10 o'clock news. Are you watching? You're watching Fox 7 on your side. Now, the Tri-State's most local newscast. This is Fox 7 News at 6.
Identity theft. An Evansville man fights to get his good name back after someone apparently stole it and embarked on a life of crime. Good evening, everybody. I'm Julie Borgen.
And I'm Randy Moore. An identity mix-up has cost a Tri-State man his job and could land him in prison. Is it simply a mistake, or is he the victim of identity theft? Andy Schroeder joins us live with the story. Andy?
Well, Randy, Otis Thomas is trying to prove his identity after a felony conviction.
Today certainly did. We'll show you.
News at 6 with Randy Moore and Julie Borgen. Your guaranteed forecast with meteorologist Ron Rhodes. And the Tri-State's best sports show with Mark McVicker. Fox 7 News at 6 is... You are watching Fox 7 First News with Randy Moore, Jennifer Brandt, Chief Meteorologist Ron Rhodes, and Rich Miller with Fox 7 Sports. You're watching WTBW News Channel 7, Evansville. Now, your local news at 9. This is News Channel 7 Primetime Edition.
School with the money.
It's 9:17. Not much rain in sight, but I gotta admit we're enjoying this nice weather.
Sure is nice. How long will it stay, Ron?
It's going to stick around for a little while. Tonight, shout out goes to Linda Watson of Lawton, Kentucky. She got this beautiful sunset. This was actually